Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking and welcome to Play by Email 6, turn 166. Let's see what's cooking around the place, shall we? Yeah, let's see what's cooking, but first, comments. Jeff. I think the likelihood of you being attacked by frigates is pretty low. You could always reach out to Portugal and see how diplomacy goes. I agree that it makes no sense for Portugal to attack you, and it doesn't really make sense for you to frigate them anytime soon either. Ultimately, do you really think that you'll need frigates in the next 50 turns? Let's think about... Wait. Well, I'm kind of going this way already. I actually do not remember if this is like... did I even have access to the open ocean? I could use like a caravel at least for scouting. I'm not saying that I need frigates, but a caravel to scout exactly the coastline and the sea would be pretty helpful. There's not too much. If you look at the minimap, it looks like there's not that much space between me and him. So it's not really like that far away, if you think about it. If you think about it, it's not really that far away. And at the same time, here's an idea, guys. Think about it this way. Lisbon is here. If there's access to him, like we do have a scout here, okay. There's the natural wonder. Oh boy. I'm gonna check this message soon. Portuguese camel archer. Now that's interesting. That's Mbaza Congo, right? Yeah, camel archers being gifted to this city, Funchal, or whatever. It's a really cool city. So, look at that. Two-tile passage. From what I can tell, maybe... Yeah, at most two-tile passage. I don't know if it's even like a canal city on this side, right? Between Ethiopia and Portugal. One-tile passage between Portugal and the Aztec land. Bear with me. So, to be fair and square, Portugal has no need for strong land army until artillery, maybe planes, because those choke points are so insanely hard to access that he doesn't really have to worry. And there's like two city-states on this side, and also no other potential threat on this side of the map. If there's access from here to here, if this is like not blocked off, there's a city-state in here also. So I would need to recheck the maps there, but he has no real need for land army, which means he can focus on fleet. And if he focuses on fleet, that means that he can easily, with frigates, defend against anything that comes this way, even against artillery. So it seems to me like very, very natural that sooner or later he will get for frigates, because frigates will save him for like until modern era, and even in modern era until Great War bombers, frigates can potentially defend his land from any land invasion. At the same time, he can have the coastal control if you look at the map this way. So I'm not that sure that we do not need strong navy. Even if he wants to harass my cities, it's still gonna be a problem to deal with that without navy, without strong frigate navy. So, and on the other hand, if we even gonna go for frigates and we manage to secure, if we would like to choose a target, and we need to choose some sort of a target, if we're gonna have a strong fleet, we potentially could get Portugal coastal cities if he's not gonna be well prepared with navy. And with that navy, we also could defend Portugal land with ease until reinforcements will arrive, if we're gonna need some land reinforcements, or we're gonna get some land reinforcements from the army that we're using right now to kill Persia. and we can go in here and secure like a foothold on those 2 choke points without too many problems. So I'm not that sure that we do not need to start working on the frigate army. I know it's going to slow us down against Byzantines, but on the other hand, Byzantines will have quite a lot to deal with on land, because from what I understand, Rome is in sort of inland sea, and Byzantines themselves only have like those 2 cities on this side of the sea. This city is like totally useless when it comes for producing ships until like submarines, right? Because he can crank out a submarine, but well, he can crank out a ship, but he can't really get that ship out of here, except if it's a submarine, because it can go like under ice. So I kind of think we do need to start working on frigate army, guys. We still have a couple of turns to figure that out, like 2 turns chivalry, and we can think about starting going for navigation and starting to get some sort of a frigate army and privateer army. That coastal army could potentially secure ourselves a second target in here, though the city is probably here. But then again, it's a canal city that would also give me access to Aztecs if I really want to. So yeah, that's the idea. Frigates and fleet overall could be very, very useful in this game. Maybe not in the next 50 turns, but who knows. I think I would definitely like to have them prepared and not to have them, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's get back to Jeff's comment. I think you should get Compass and then go straight for ideology, and here's why. Compass will allow you to start building galleys, which you can upgrade later with the gold you'll be getting from banks and pillaging. Getting free policies on your ideology of choice will be huge, since we probably need to be using our culture on rationalist policies. Finally, what are your thoughts on ideologies, and how flexible are you on which one you choose? The Compass, I think, is mandatory, and we should go there as soon as possible, in hopes that we can upgrade something to frigates, though. Then again, are we gonna fix our gold, even with banks? I don't know. We might have some problems fixing the gold and like achieving actually a gold amount that will give me like steady income to upgrade to frigates. But then again, getting a galleys army and be able to upgrade a lot of them into frigates would be really, really cool for a surprise attack or like surprise defend. Ideology, I haven't really had any thought about ideology. It comes like natural to me that freedom could be useful, but not necessarily freedom will be that useful. I do not like the idea of autocracy, because gold's gonna be a huge problem around the place, and like we're not gonna have culture to get more gold from commerce, for example. And it's not modded game, so commerce is not really that good, like kinda filling out rationalism for secularism and at least free thought seems like a mandatory thing, right? We don't need the rest, because the rest is the gold and the finisher is a free tech. But ideology, though freedom seems like a good option, we need to remember this is not really like a modded game, so you can't really generate too many engineers. Like potentially you don't want to generate anything except like great scientists in your cities. So freedom seems a little bit redundant, because we're never gonna get like the full potential of it theoretically. But then again, with good micromanagement, we could get pretty decent amount of stuff from freedom, especially like there's not too much tiles on the land to actually work around. So freedom seems cool, though of course a lot of you will say like order, go order, but I'm not that huge fan of order, because freedom seems to be much more flexible for micromanagement of happiness, because you can like manually control a lot of happiness when you go freedom, which is really cool with freedom. So hey, Gunter the Penguin. So that's my thought about ideology. Okay, Arhic. Install armory on the shore to make a fleet with 2 pumps, or build in capital. There is no money to improve. Buy galleys 2 upgrades in each city to leave to protect them. Galleys 2 pumpings will fight almost on a level with the frigates without upgrades, but then after galleys to build a castle. We actually think that Portugal is gonna attack us, which seems, even if he can't secure like my cities, because I will have a strong land army, I do believe that he's gonna try to have control of the sea, because it's his best chance to protect himself and be free to sim city into some much later attacks. And Mr. Portugal actually do not possess that much gold. He's got only 12 iron. We've got much more iron at our disposal, and he's at 5 cities with 70 pop capital. So not that much production. We could safely assume that actually I do possess the production on my coast similar to him, and with this city we're gonna have more, which means we could overwhelm him with combined resources of my empire and the future Persian capital in this city. So that seems cool. Bogdan, would you mind naming a knight Chevalier de Conte? I hope it could be fitted. This was first from of my nickname before Theo. Well, I do believe we actually do have a promotion. This is level 1 promotion, so we can make it happen. Chevalier du Conte. Okay. Chevalier du Conte. Uh-oh. It's missing. How do I fix that problem? It's a too long name. It's a too long name to fit there. Chevalier. Is there like a shorter version? Well, I guess we're gonna leave it like this for now. And then we're gonna try to fix that. If you have another idea about that name, Bogdan. Come on. Chevalier. Accept. There you go. Okay. Bogdan, we definitely need a fleet as fast as possible. Our future conquest will be naval. Moreover, we don't know how safe we are. We don't know whether Portugal and Ethiopia are planning to fleet out us. I don't like leaving Carthage to Byzantines. What are we going to do with land army after Byzantine Empire cut us from whole world? I'd like to take north of Pangaea and leave south to Byzantines, but we should create great fleet and escape any risk. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying like earlier on. I do agree that we need fleet and a very strong fleet. If we can get naval dominance, we'll be in much better shape for this game. And also like battleship fleet later on could protect our core cities if we're gonna stumble upon problems with the Byzantines. And we can also pressure his coastal, so we can get a flank on top of his capital theoretically, and well, we can attack on top of his capital and get a flank on the other side. I mean, like, geographically we are in a better shape against Byzantines, unless he's gonna access Kizil at some point, which I don't really like. But we theoretically have a route straight to his capital, which is great, while the fleet can easily harass and cut off this side, which will allow a nice flank from this side too. So in that essence, I think we're in a little bit better shape to fight Byzantines than they are against us in the future conflict. Frigofruit. Portugal is not scary, they have super low hammers, yes, but still, frigates in not modded games are pretty goddamn strong. There is so much economy that we're missing, that's correct. Realistically, only Songhai could try to naval attack you, but really, are they in any shape to do so? Happiness-wise, they seem to be struggling. I would suggest going Echo for a bit. We can't do all dirty work for Byzantines, or we risk them just rolling over us at some point. Their demos are super scary. Yes, their demos are quite scary, but not that scary if you think about it closely. Nothing that we cannot fix, and I still don't know how the coastline looks, so I don't really know if Songhai do have access to my side of the ocean before submarines. I think like my analysis that Portugal is more eager to go for naval army than land army is correct. If I would be playing them, I would see no reason for a land invasion into Aztecs, for example, or into Ethiopia. I would like to wrest control of the sea and try to SimCity off that. His only problem is he doesn't have the cities and hammers, from what I can tell, at least now, to actually like make that plan happen. Akajan, I believe that you should protect some coastline to deter others. I know you said you have full confidence in Byzantine player, but build a few frigates and move them through the Byzantine player's coast so he knows not to push naval as hard later on. What is your opinion on guilds? You start thinking about picking a city for culture generation? Yeah, I think we decided together that our city of choice for culture generation will be Kimono. Ah, there's another problem with ideology that I actually reminded myself. Since there's no wonders except national wonders, there's only one problem with freedom. We're not gonna have access to the Statue of Liberty, right? So you also have to think about that. There's no point rushing that tag, but also we will not have the benefit of extra hammers from specialists. So, like, ideology-wise, we kind of need to think about it if we want to get the bonuses from freedom without Statue of Liberty where it comes to hammers, or do we want to stick to order, for example? I don't see us going autocracy. I don't see too many benefits in autocracy. I don't think we're going to be ever in the shape to crank out a lot of gold, but order also doesn't seem so beneficial for me because there's not too much tiles to work, really. Not too much production tiles to have the benefit of production there too. But then again, factory science maybe would be good. I don't know. But freedom, 6 foreign legions also could be interesting. I don't know, ideology wise. Anyways, this city will probably be the culture city. It will have quite a lot of food around this place. All of this is freshwater farms that you can work to grow this city. So I think this is our city of choice for culture generation. Fearsome, go frigates. Anyway, you can go compass first and then decide. Honestly, I don't think anyone here can conquer you, but you can definitely kill someone with frigates. Make one samurai, but make boats with it. Anyway, you can go compass first, get circuses and temples before getting more cities from Persia. Why you hate aqueducts so much is 40% of food goes to garbage. Well, they cost hammers, that's the only problem with it, and we didn't have really spare hammers, and we still don't have spare hammers for aqueducts, but I guess that's something that we'll need to work on soon. And I do agree, like personally, I think like frigates is the way to go in this particular one. Hey, Jesus Christ. Okay, next one. Connor. I think if you have plans to attack another player relatively soon after cottage, then push for frigates. If you don't plan on attacking somebody soon after cottage, then just keep building up your infrastructure. Also, if you were to attack anybody after cottage, who would it be? As I said like before, I think like a clear choice is Portugal. Portugal seems like the clear choice to attack because if I'm gonna go for a naval army, I can defend this acquisition with a strong naval army against any land invasion until planes, basically. Is the best chat on Twitch broken, Gunter the Penguin? No, but it needs to fill out. Hey, Ultimate Foca. How are you, man? El Preciado. You are one of the best Sea War players, so you should dust off your Admiral uniform. Also, send the samurai now near Shiminator in order to make fishing boats. He will not be needed as Persia got steamrolled by 2 players. There will be only a token resistance now. This samurai, you say, we need to go and make fishing boats? You're probably right about that. You're absolutely right about that. He can go here and make some fish. So let's go. How am I? I'm cool, thank you very much. Is the chat really broken? Did I turn it off? Give me a second. No, it's okay. I guess the next message will be visible on the screen. Skip frigates, compass factories, artillery. I don't know, I don't think so. We don't really need artillery. I think frigates, factories, public schools is the way to go in here. If Byzantines are really gonna cut us off with Carthage, and he seems to be going for Carthage straight away, I'm taking this capital, he's going for here, then there's no real need for artillery. I doubt that he can clear all the map with artillery. There's no physical possibility, and we can switch if we really want to. And since he's going to be on front lines, he's going to grab Rome, right? It's just blank. Okay, give me a second. Why is it not working? Yeah, the next message is going to be shown. It's okay. Next message. Jesus Christ. It's going to be on screen. So we could go for frigates, then go factories, then go public schools, and see what's going to happen afterwards. It seems like a good idea. Joshua, because you asked me to post a comment, you should write in the chronicles that you invaded Persia to protect the Russian speakers in Kizil. Also, can you rename the city Keep of Dreamer? Well, could we get more propositions? Come on, give me more propositions. Of course it works. Chinis, Yoruus, if you read this message first, be ready for some long reading. Moving on, suggestions for crossbows names: Chinis, Sharpshooter, Snipper, Legolas, Katniss. They are only suggestions, see if someone else likes them too. Going naval is unnecessary, all the other players are at war. If their neighbor or they had land war approaching, not Portugal, and I explained why. You can use diplomacy to try to understand how the far west players' actions will be. Well, I don't know about Ethiopia and Portugal. I also don't know about Songhai, but Songhai already took one player, same goes for Rome. Now, Songhai wanted to try to kill Aztecs, but Aztec got support from Portugal and Ethiopia, and they defended. But also, from my short chat with Aztecs, it seems like, well, first of all, it seems like he wants to do something after the peacetime, after he's get like workshops and universities done. But also he needs to physically do something because he's in like the worst spot on this map, or like almost the worst spot of the map. South he's got Songhai. On this side he's got Ethiopia, with Ethiopia having no other threat than Aztecs. And on this side he's got Portugal with also no other threat than the Aztecs. So Aztecs needs to do something actively. They need to kill somebody to not fight on 3 fronts at some point of the game, right? So he needs to take some action, and I think he's going to take some action. Now Portugal, they do not need to do anything at the moment. They can SimCity like forever. With a strong fleet they can defend any land invasion. And like, if this is Canal City with frigates, he can easily slaughter anything that's gonna try to access here. This is turn-based combat, right? So he could slaughter anything that access here. Look at this: one tile choke, and a city shot. So there's gonna be like one unit really It's like every one turn, only 2 units can shoot the city, and if he's gonna have a huge naval presence, like 4, let's assume 6 frigates, he can slaughter anything in one turn. Yeah, and he's got cam launchers too, so I don't think he's in position to attack anybody by land right now. But if he gets fleet, what he should do, he's gonna be able to defend forever. And if he's gonna get enough fleet, he can pressure others on coast too, which means me, and I wouldn't want that to happen. I have a gut feeling that Rome will attack Carthage. The war west has stopped and Carthage seems a nice target. For a city named the North Coastal one can be Baywatch. Take a 5-minute breath break after all the comments. Okay, 5 minutes, maybe that's gonna be too long. Rome will attack Carthage, seems reasonable. Reasonable, but what Rome should do is probably actively ally with Carthage against Persia and me. But Persia is taking, like, he's gonna be on the front line, which is perfect for me, because I can theoretically clear the north, and we'll only have a small front here. I could assist a little bit with war against Carthage at Rome. I don't think it's a wise idea for Rome to attack Carthage and try to take off a couple of those cities, because effectively he cannot fight alone against Byzantine. They just have too much hammers. He needs to ally with somebody, and like a natural ally for Rome is Carthage at the moment. They could work together and try to set up a front here, right? So Rome cities will not really be threatened, and he can fight on Carthage land, which will be much more beneficial for him. And if he's gonna start taking advantage over that, he could either push forward, which is doubtful, I hope, or he can like go back. This is a play by email, Zox. So that's what I think. Alright, let's do some moves then. Cheese production, marvelous. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. Nice. Production focus. Next stop in here that we need is most probably... Do we even need a market in this city? Wouldn't hurt, because gold's gonna be a problem. And I can build stoneworks. Okay, we're gonna start off with stoneworks then, for additional 3 hammers in this city. And then work our way through other buildings. Anything else that I can or should do? Well, I'll actually keep this general here. Sun Tzu's gonna stay here just in case if there's gonna be some problems at my capital. Yes, Ox, this is play by email. This explains what it actually is. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, first let's kill off this one. Hello, beautiful swordsman. Wow, 50 damage. Oh my god, 44 damage. God of RNG, I hate you so much right now. Damn. You know what? I think Sun Tzu needs to go here, support this barb farming, so I can actually get those two. I should have backed him up already, like the first move I should do. He could probably give the bonus here already, so that's a bad move for start of this turn. Let's not make more mistakes, shall we? I don't think any city has grown. Let's take a look at the cities. Everything in here seems perfect except you. This seems good, 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 and good. Okay. So war moves. Do we have that road? Yes, we do. I would so much like to have a scout with vision. Well, I don't see too much people around this place. Okay, this guy can definitely go back. Alright, Shuminator. I think it's time for you to move forward. Golden Throne. This looks promising. Okay, let's just move forward then. Kinda have a bad feeling about stepping in here. Catalonian composite bowman. I would so much desire a vision scout on the front line. We need another vision scout, guys. Let's go. We need a vision scout to the front line. Okay. That's good here. Okay, let me think about it. How far this guy can go. Could really use a sacrifice unit. This is... this guy cannot really shoot. Okay, this guy will have a move. I don't think there's too much point waiting in here. Especially if we can sacrifice somebody. Yeah, this guy can definitely move here. So he can grab some easy shots around the place. Alright. Shumi's gonna go front line on the horses. This samurai is gonna go there is a road here, so let's take a look here. Alright. I know one of those will die, but I kind of want to sacrifice this guy. I think it's worth it. We can really put some damage right now in here. And if he wants to decide, like, look at this, I can put a crossbow here. I can get like a couple of shots already around the place. And I can try to bait him here. So we can get a crossbow here. We can get a crossbow here to put some shots. can grab ourselves a pikeman in the back to protect the general. Can we position the crossbow here? Unfortunately not. We can definitely move them front. Onto the road system. This guy can heal for now. Oh shit. I just made a horrible mistake. There was a crossbow that I could have moved here. It could have shot. Oh shit. Too many mistakes. I could have like 3 shots around the place already. Open turn defense bonus. No bonus at all. I'm deeply dissatisfied with my move here. I picked the wrong crossbow, alright. Like the sheer amount of troops that I possess right now at my disposal should be more than enough to break this position quickly. Without too many problems. Who do I want to damage? $26, $29. Definitely the knight. The cavalry have a heal. And the damage will be useful here. Go. And go. Bam. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I definitely messed up, like, already messed up 2 moves at this turn. Guess I lost a little bit of focus tonight. Okay, that looks good. Carthage has declared war on Byzantines. 2 more natural wonders to find. Shiminator Palace has grown to another farm tile. Brillianta is not growing to the barb camp, so that's good. Ah, there was a gift. City-state of Sidon gave me a unit. That's cool. There was that pike. Nearly decayed. Okay. And you are trespassing in the lands of Mebaza Congo. That's fine. But you just finished quest for Tire, Monaco for additional culture, Samarkand for a little bit of happiness. And we're still at war with Budapest and Hong Kong. Okay, anything else that we could potentially move around the place? Yeah, I wanted to remove this road, but this guy is messing with all of this stuff right now. Let's remove this road and let's start grabbing the good stuff, which is a farm. Okay. Fortify the general. Next general is gonna be in here soon. Chevalier needs to heal up. And that seems like that's it. 8 turns for a trading post. Ridiculous on the jungle. Ridiculous. Okay, I made 2 mistakes. One is not moving San Tzu here to grab this barb camp on 1 turn. That was a mistake. Very unfortunate because we're gonna actually lose that swordsman. And I did a mistake with crossbow here. But I don't think there's any point to wait really. Portugal has 0 army. And he's got a couple of knights, but he will need to crank out those 2 samurais to actually get in reach of my crossbows. He's got 1 general though, but I have 2, so if I'm really in desperate mood to get it, I could imagine a situation where he would desperately put a general in here, but at the same time I don't think it makes any sense to waste a general in here just to pick off those 3 units. The only reason he could waste the general in here, if he could potentially snipe off this general. But unless he's got a million of crossbows in the back on this side, it will physically not happen. There's like no such option that he could snipe off this general. Not with this kind of army. He would need to kill 2 samurais, or at least 1 samurai. He would need to focus fire this samurai, deal damage to this crossbow, then somehow get some shots on the pikemen, which can be only accessed from 1 tile, and then deal damage to me in here. And if he's gonna plant the general here, then those units in front will survive the damage. They can pillage and I can retake the citadel and move forward with this road system if he's gonna actually finish those roads, because they do make roads, I believe. Well, the tooltip is not showing this. Yeah, there we go. 2 turns road and 2 turns road, so I don't think he can make it happen. Alright, so what? I guess that's it for this turn then, so thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Best wishes. Yoruus out.